What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode of our trade breakdown series. In today's episode, I'm gonna be walking you guys through exactly how I made $800 on ARKK this morning in just under 15 minutes. I'm gonna walk you through the exact trade setup, my exact entry and exit, and walk you through this trade step by step. Let's get into it right now. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. As always, guys, if you are enjoying these free trade breakdown videos, please don't forget to drop this video a like as it helps out a ton. Now, per usual, guys, this was recorded and traded live inside the Discord on stream this morning. If you'd like to come out and check out the Discord, you can use the code NVIDIA35. So NVIDIA35, all caps NVIDIA. It's going to be in the description or the replies down below. You can use that code for 35% off and come check out the chat. So with that being said, let's get directly into this trade recap on ARKK, guys. This was a beautiful trade this morning directly off the open. I really wanted to walk through this setup, guys, because you've been hearing me preach about it on Twitter, but it has been such a base hit market. And when it's like that, guys, I like to have a very tight and narrow focus going into the day. Now, I actually am super happy that I actually got to cover this setup last night on the live free stream. So if you're not joining those free streams, guys, I think they're a fantastic resource if you're trying to get a better game plan for the day ahead or looking to understand how I prepare for the day. I host those free streams at least once a week, guys. And on last night's stream, we had a really nice example where I laid out ARK had broken down out of a major 4-hour trend, and I was looking to short the retest. And that is exactly what we got this morning. So this was the 4-hour setup on ARKK. Obviously, last night, guys, I detailed. So understand this. When we go over this setup, as always, guys, we want to understand where is the trade coming from, right? We need to understand the background in order to have a successful trade plan and process, right? So in this case, guys, on ARKK, we had a massive area of 4-hour support, right? We can see that because we had bounced at this 38 level, 6 times really. If you going all the way back to 922, guys, so the middle to the end of September, that's a really big area of support, right? So the 4-hour is a higher time frame. So understand that this is a really strong level, right? Traders are going to want to see this level get retested, but breaking down a major area of support like that, guys, is a really big deal. And a lot of times when we see that, we get a high probability short off of the first retest candle because obviously there's going to be some natural sellers there as it comes back into that major key level. So as you guys can see, we had this major area of 4-hour support at 38.38. We broke down out of that support yesterday, and then going into this morning, guys, we got a beautiful A+ opportunity on ARKK off the open. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how I traded this. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. We're going to go over this in about 5 minutes as this was a very clean setup. So like I said, guys, so off of the open, I was watching this for a test of 38.38. You can see first 2 5-minute candles were very strong, guys, but we gapped on the second 5-minute candle right into 38.51. Now, I actually did, in fact, snipe the top. Not often do I get a perfect entry like this, guys. But I took the ARKK 38 puts. So I took the at the money puts for $41 per contract at 9:39 a.m. Now, why did I take that entry? What I was doing here, guys, is we saw an initial move into that area of resistance at 38.38, right? Now, my risk on this trade, because as we enter a trade, we need to know what is our risk, right? And what are our take profit targets? So my risk on this trade, guys, I anticipated this trade first off, right? I thought we were going to get a 15-minute trap, which we ended up getting, but I anticipated this entry slightly. I took a entry on the short side at resistance, which in a more downside heavy market, guys, has a pretty solid hit rate. But I entered at 9:40, so we had 5 minutes until the 15-minute candle close. So I was risking a close over 38.40 on the 15-minute close. And as you can see, guys, right after my entry, we got a beautiful 5-minute candle that sunk us right below that 38.38 level down to 38, right? So what did that create on the 15-minute, right? If we look at ARKK, well, that created a beautiful 15-minute liquidity sweep, right? And that is the A+ setup, okay? You can see here, right? 15-minute chart now, and look at where we closed, guys. We ended up closing this 15-minute candle at 38.15, right? So we got a beautiful 15-minute trap. That's where we see liquidity come in above a key level. In this case, that was that major area of prior support, which has now turned into resistance. We trapped liquidity above that level, Candle ended up closing below. Very bearish 15-minute candle print with that large upper wick. This allowed me to ride this position, guys. Now, my first take profit target, I do want to go back to the 5-minute briefly. So my first take profit, guys, was going to be in that area of support that we had created prior to the open. So pre-market lows were going to be my first initial area, target area for this trade. So that 38.11 area, if we look at the 5-minute, that was my first take profit target, right? 38.11. So as you guys can see, I had 70 of those contracts. I trimmed 30 of those contracts at 20% plus. That was at that 38.11 level, guys. As you can see, that was a little less than 3 minutes later. And then sold half my position for about 25%. That was at 9:43. So that was into that 15-minute candle close. And then, like I said, guys, I ended up actually selling 70% of my position here, guys, for a little bit over 40%. That was as we got below my take profit 1 and we're coming into take profit 2. That was at 9:53 a.m. So in just under 13 minutes, guys, I am 70% out of this trade. My profits are now locked for the day. This was a beautiful setup, guys. And in this type of market, it is just as A+ as possible. So like I said, guys, I actually ended up closing the last of my runners here at 75%. I closed 75% of this trade out at 50+%, and I ended up closing the last of my ARKK runners, guys, for a little bit over 54%, as you can see here. Sold 90%, and then I sold the remaining of these contracts at $63 per contract from a 41 per contract entry. So I was fully out of this trade by 10:02 a.m. And as you guys can see, at 10 o'clock, we got that exhaustion sell volume into that 37.70 area. The trade ended up running over 100% from my entry, guys. But like I said, we hit take profit 1, 2, and 3 on this trade, and you really could not have asked for a more A+ setup. A gap up off the open into resistance like that. We got a beautiful 15-minute liquidity sweep on that, guys. We traded this live inside the Discord, saw so many people banking. It was fantastic. Quite the way to start your day. And after that, we called it a day. It was a beautiful day, guys. And like I said, I wanted to recap this one for you guys because in this current market that we have right now, these gap ups into resistance create some fantastic short opportunities. Hopefully this video imparted to you some knowledge that you can use in the future. This is an A+ setup, and it's personally my favorite setup for intraday trades. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to drop it a like, leave us a reply, and we'll see you guys inside the chat. Peace.